Hello everyone, it's great to be here today, and I'm excited to talk to you about something that's near and dear to all of us: studying. Whether you're working toward a degree, preparing for exams, or simply trying to master a new skill, the way we study can make all the difference. I'm sure at some point you found yourself staring at your notes for hours, hoping that somehow by sheer effort alone you'll absorb the information. But what if I told you that working harder isn't always the answer? In fact, sometimes working smarter is the key to success. Today, I want to share with you some powerful study techniques that can help you optimize your learning, save time, and actually improve your results. We're going to talk about methods that not only make studying more effective, but also more enjoyable and sustainable. So let's dive in. 1. The myth of cramming. Let's start with a myth we've all encountered: the idea that cramming the night before an exam is effective. Many of us have been there, staying up late trying to stuff as much information into our brains as possible. The truth is, cramming is not effective. While it may seem like you're learning in the moment, most of that information will not stick. It's a short-term fix with long-term consequences. Instead of cramming, focus on learning consistently over time. This brings me to the first technique I want to talk about: spaced repetition. 2. Spaced repetition. The power of time-spaced repetition is a proven method that takes advantage of how our brains retain information. The principle is simple: review material at increasing intervals. When you learn something new, review it after a short period, say the next day, then again a few days later, then a week after that. By spacing out your review sessions, you reinforce the information, making it easier to retain in the long run. Why does this work? It's because the brain needs time to process information and create lasting memories. Spaced repetition helps combat the forgetting curve, a concept which suggests that we forget information quickly after learning it unless we actively review it. 3. Active recall. Engage. Don't just read. One of the most powerful techniques to reinforce your learning is active recall. This method is simple but incredibly effective. Instead of passively reading through your notes or textbooks, actively test yourself on the material. Instead of reading a page and thinking, "Okay, I got this," close the book and try to recall what you just learned. Active recall forces your brain to work harder to retrieve the information, which strengthens the neural pathways. It's like a workout for your brain. So instead of just reviewing your notes, create flashcards, quiz yourself, or try to explain the material to someone else. By testing yourself, you're ensuring that the information sticks. One helpful tool for active recall is the use of spaced repetition apps, which allow you to create flashcards and review them at the optimal times to enhance memory retention. 4. The Pomodoro technique. Focus, rest, repeat. You might have heard of the Pomodoro technique, and if you haven't, I highly recommend trying it. The Pomodoro technique is simple: work in focused 25-minute bursts followed by a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, take a longer break, about 20–30 minutes. Why does this work? Because our brains are not built to maintain intense focus for hours on end. By working in short bursts, you avoid mental fatigue and maintain peak concentration. The breaks are just as important as the work time. Rest is crucial to learning. Your brain needs time to process and consolidate information, and those short breaks allow it to do that. Additionally, during your breaks, step away from your study materials. Do something physical like stretching or taking a walk to give your mind a complete break. This keeps you refreshed and ready to dive back into your work. 5. The role of rest and sleep in learning. We often think that the key to success is simply putting in more hours. But rest and sleep are just as crucial as study time, if not more so. During sleep, your brain processes the information you've learned during the day and solidifies it into long-term memory. So while it may feel like you're being productive by pulling an all-nighter, you're actually hurting your chances of retaining what you've studied. Aim for a minimum of 7–8 hours of sleep each night and avoid late-night cramming sessions. Sleep doesn't just allow you to rest, it's an essential part of the learning process. Without rest, the brain cannot fully consolidate information, which means you're wasting time studying without reaping the benefits. 6. Create a conducive learning environment. Now, let's talk about your study environment. Where you study matters. If you're studying in a noisy, chaotic space, it's much harder to focus. Your environment should support concentration. Find a quiet place free from distractions. If you're studying at home, try to create a dedicated study space that signals to your brain that it's time to work. Additionally, make sure your study space is organized and free from unnecessary clutter. A clean, organized space helps you stay mentally clear and focused on the task at hand. Turn off your phone or put it on airplane mode. and close any tabs on your computer that aren't related to your study session. 7. Use visual and auditory aids. Humans are visual and auditory learners. Incorporating visual aids such as diagrams, mind maps, or even color-coded notes can significantly enhance your understanding of complex concepts. Drawing out concepts or using visual imagery engages different parts of your brain and helps you retain the information better. Similarly, auditory learners may benefit from listening to podcasts, audiobooks, or even recording themselves explaining the material. Listening to information helps reinforce learning, especially if you can repeat it out loud. 8. Stay motivated and manage your stress. Finally, I want to address the importance of motivation and managing stress. Studying can be overwhelming, especially if you're juggling multiple subjects or assignments. One of the best ways to stay motivated is by setting clear, achievable goals. Break your tasks into smaller chunks and give yourself rewards when you complete them. Whether it's a treat, a walk, or a short break, rewards keep you motivated and help you stay on track. It's also essential to manage stress. When we're stressed, it's harder to focus and our brains don't retain information as well. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or simple breathing exercises to reduce stress levels and keep your mind calm and focused. In conclusion, to study smarter, not harder, you need to change the way you approach learning. Spaced repetition, active recall, time management, proper rest, and creating a supportive environment are all critical elements of effective studying. But most importantly, give yourself permission to work smarter, not just harder. It's not about the number of hours you put in, it's about the quality of those hours. Work with intention, be consistent, and rest when you need to. The result: less stress, better results, and a more efficient learning process. So let's make a commitment today. We'll stop working harder and start working smarter. And when we do that, we'll not only achieve our academic goals, but we'll do it with clarity, focus, and balance. Thank you.